Round of applause to the Kenya seat, ladies and gentlemen. Tuwapigeni makofi jamani, makofi kwao for that wonderful rendition. Let me now, I want us all to put our eyes on our screens. We have a video by the Ministry of Agriculture. Video.
To grow steadily, increasing unemployment, poverty, and inequality. Because arable land in Kenya is limited and our population has increased over the years, high quality inputs, in particular fertilizer, which significantly
Sawa, sawa. Gulo.
But it looks like the problem is not much there because it's never complained to us. You are just a complaint. Come here. You're also doing a good job.
Also top, once hit by the sun, the vent of the animal while exhaling, while breathing out. Yes. The phenol is now. Yeah, we have different species of insecticides. Globally, they are multi-3, but in Kenya we have 8.
Be in touch. Should you need any further information?
Tony, chukua namba ya simu.
Yeah, you can make reference.
And this lady.
Also this.
Nice to see you.
We train this today. So how do you want to share information?
Dr. Nariaka here.
You're good flow.
She's the deputy county communication officer.
Karibuni sana. My name is Isaiah.
Oh, sorry. 9.
How are you?
I'm fine.
I want to ask, where are the
Mzima lakini?
We found in those in dry areas and also at a certain temperature range. So anything below, below 19 degrees, those flights cannot be able to infest those areas. But now with the climate change, there are those areas that were known to be cold, that have lower temperature, but now because of climate change, then the temperature has increased. So the areas that are Sese infested tend to be in an increase trend. So we are extending our coverage from those areas that have been known historically to be Sese infested. We also do surveillances in those areas that have in the past were known not to be Sese infested. So we are doing that, and if we come across presence of Sese flies, then we are putting these control measures into place. In the State Department for Livestock Development, which has a mandate of eradicating Sese flies. Sese flies is a multi-sectoral problem. It affects quite a number of sectors, with the first one being livestock sector, because Sese flies transmit a disease called Nagana, which affects livestock productivity, and if an animal is sick with a disease and not diagnosed early enough, then it can succumb as a result of the disease. They also affect health sector because they transmit a disease called sleeping sickness in humans, or human African trypanosomiasis, and this is a deadly disease. It's a neglected tropical disease that has been there in Kenya, but now we've managed it. And then they also affect crop production, because in those areas that are Sese infested, farmers rely on livestock for land preparation and land cultivation. That is provision of draft power. An animal that is sick with the disease cannot be able to pull an ox plow because it becomes wasted, it becomes weak. It also, Sese flies also affect wildlife sector because they are found in national parks, national reserves, and even forests. The reason being they can easily access their food, which is blood meal. Wildlife are not affected by the disease Nagana, but there is only one species, that is rhinos, which are endemic, endangered species that are affected by the disease Nagana. So we are there to protect these rhinos. They also affect tourism sector because no tourists would want to go to an area that is Sese infested. If it is in an area that sleeping sickness has been known to be endemic, then they are at risk of contracting the disease. The problem is there, and because these sub-counties border even Uganda on the other side, so this problem is there, and it affects the livestock productivity of these animals and the livestock keepers. So we are here to showcase all that we do from the Sese fly itself. We have the samples here to show the flies themselves. We also have technologies that we use. Of course, if we want to establish an area as Sese flies or not, we deploy traps to establish whether the flies are there. The traps are developed based on two things: biology of the flies and also from research findings. They have blue and black clothes. Blue, from research findings, it was found out that Sese flies are attracted to color blue. Biologically, they like hiding in dark places or land on dark surfaces. That's why we use a blue cloth. To their hosts, whether wild animals or domesticated animals, they are attracted by the smell of the breath of the animal and urine. So there are two chemicals that we use that mimic the two breaths, the two smells. So they'll be attracted to those traps thinking that it's one of their hosts, and then they will be trapped. So we've displayed that. We've also displayed some of the equipment and consumable items that we use for screening of livestock to see whether they have the disease Nagana. Control is better than cure. We are also displaying some of the technologies that we use for controlling these flies, like pumps that we recommend for spraying of livestock. We are also displaying insecticides that we recommend for controlling of Sese flies and also for controlling other livestock insect pests. So we are displaying that here. We are also displaying, there is a technology called livestock protective fencing, that is putting a treated net around the zero grazing units for those that keep the animals under zero grazing units. So we can put a net around the zero grazing unit that acts as a barrier for those flies, and the net is treated so if the flies try to access that animal, then they can get into contact with the net. They either drop dead there, or if they fly, they eventually will die. So those are some of the items that we are showcasing here.
My name is CPS Ron Kotut. I'm the Managing Director of Zoea Sugar Company. We are here at Kibabii for the whole week, starting today up to Thursday. And we are doing a trade fair, an exhibition, whereby we'll be showcasing Zoea Sugar Company to all the public who will be coming here. We will show them the cane varieties that we are having in our zone. We are going to show them good crop husbandry and how we can maintain our cane. We'll also showcase, we have a demo of a factory and how processes are being done at the factory, right up to bagging. And then we'll also have our marketing team to market the sugar. So we have a lot of sugar. We are selling it at ex-factory prices. So you can take advantage of that. A message to all the participants who are coming to this trade fair is that agriculture is the backbone of our country. And we really need to go back and add value to our products. That will be very, very important, because if we add value to our products, then we will not be exporting jobs, we will create more jobs, and we are going to fulfill the bottom-up economic model that the President has been actually advocating all along, that we need to add value, we need to go to the farms and do more production and add value to our products. I think this means well to the county because, one, it has brought a lot of economic activities to the county. There are a lot of projects that are coming up now in the county. And in terms of getting to showcase our products to the world, this will be a good opportunity for the county to be able to bring more investors to Bungoma and to be able to do the various products that we normally do, the dairy that we are having. We are now having coffee that is coming up. And more importantly, about the sugar cane, which is actually the main product that we are having, the main crop that we are having in Bungoma County.
All that I can ask our people as we go around to see, let us move from agriculture to agribusiness. I think that is what we are talking about, that we move from agriculture to agribusiness, value addition. Those are the things that we are talking about, that in the long run, my desire, and we have been discussing with my colleagues from this region, is that no food should leave this region unprocessed. We can have the raw potatoes, the onions, tomatoes, but at the end of the day, we want to add value. We want tomato sauce, we want yogurt, we want cheese. That's when we'll be adding value to what we have, and that is why we are here. So as we discuss matters agriculture, I know that we will be at home and we'll be very happy. So,
and we have supplied fertilizers to the farmers, planting fertilizers, and then also the top dressing fertilizers. We had a challenge on supplying of the top dressing fertilizers for the last 2 weeks during the rainy season, because most of our trucks faced challenges because of flood, and also it was not appropriate time for farmers to start applying fertilizers to the crops during rainy season. But we have now released all fertilizers, and as we talk now, I can say all counties and all farmers are now accessing the top dressing fertilizers. During this season, ladies and gentlemen, we had a challenge on our farmers. We lost close to 60,000 acres of crops, which affected 10,000 farmers. As a ministry, we have now come up with an emergency program to see how best we can support the affected farmers across the country. The farmers who are victims of the fertilizers, we are calling them not quality fertilizers. We have managed also to compensate them. Over 95% are now compensated. We still have some few farmers this time round because of the challenges we face. But going forward, we have put up a plan to make sure that by August, all suppliers of fertilizers are aligned, so that come October, the fertilizers are in all the stores across the country. We also intend to use agro dealers, the agrofeds, and other distributing points to make sure that also we spur the growth of that local industry, which is the SME. So, on the issue of quality of fertilizers, we have put up a serious team to be on a continuous check on and to ensure that the fertilizers being procured meet the required quality going forward. And that's why I was saying the county commissioners across to ensure that these issues we are hearing of people buying fertilizers at 2,500 and they go and sell across to the other neighboring countries should actually stop, because we expect our farmers to benefit from this subsidy. The issue of seeds, I've seen a number of seed growers in the exhibition. We want to promote that sector. And going forward, based on the discussion with Africa Seed Trade Summit, which we had in Mombasa, we said Kenya can host or can hold what we are calling the seed bank for Africa. So we are identifying all seeds required for all our crops, for Kenya and across Kenya. And we want to make Kenya to be the seed bank for Africa, so that it will be the country where we get all the required seeds for Africa to enhance on food security. County also in this region, you are also doing farming for sugarcane. You are aware that the government plan on sugarcane is on care number 1. The four millers, which we call them the government millers, the government is in a plan to make sure that these 4 millers, the Chemelil, Moroni, Sony, and Zoya, are brought back to real business so that they can provide the necessary livelihood for the people of this region, at the same time for Kenyans and also for the entire world. And their plan, which is on leasing, is on course. And we'd like to request all of us to really work with government so that we can revive these 4 factories. We believe that within the next 3 years, we should be in a position to make those factories profitable. Yes, I know there are farmers who have not been paid. Yes, it is also true that some workers have not been paid. But it is also true that the government plan to pay farmers has been triggered and 80% done. We've managed as government on the 1.7 billion, which the government or farmers, already we have paid 1.33 billion, and we are remaining with close to 353 million, which is already planned, and within the next 1 month, we'll be seeing that one being executed to completion as promised by government. To address the long-standing issue on food security. Kevin, I remember you mentioned this is 61 year of celebration. We are talking about food security. We are lucky this administration has put it as the first agenda. So ladies and gentlemen, for the next 4 days, it will be a big debate in Bungoma County to discuss, exchange ideas, visit different exhibitions to understand the existing technologies, plans, and also network with farmers and also producers, value chain actors, and aggregators and marketers in this channel. There is no other place. These great ideas and this topic on food security, which is number 1 in our agenda, could be discussed better other than Bungoma County, which we have all pitched our tents for the next 4 days to discuss and exchange ideas.
And the fact that Mandaraka Day celebrations will be held here in Bungoma. We are also feeling the effect as very good neighbors, and we want to assure our visitors who have come from other counties, ya kwamba Bungoma and Kakamega are one and the same. We have been very excited with the exhibitions. It demonstrates a lot of potential in the region. So through our regional economic bloc, I know there's a lot that you are going to share, because you have a theme of optimizing and sharing our resources in the region.